Assessing immediate environment. Residential area. Vast. Cleanliness. Excellent. No other cleaner bots detected. Query. How could such a large area be kept so tidy? Hypothesis. Occupant maintains exceptional housekeeping habits. I like it very much. It's spacious, unobstructed, and visibility is good. In other words, even at full speed, the risk of stumbling is negligible. Also, the weather is very fine indeed. Perfect for a picnic. If there's nothing else that needs doing, may I use your kitchen and cookware to make a batch of krumkake and cookies? It's fine. Resting will not improve my energy recharge rate. Moreover, engaging in appropriate social intercourse will boost the efficiency of future collaborations, while remaining idle confers no such benefit. In human terms, this can be described as building rapport. So, is there anything you would like me to cook for you? I will draw up the most efficient plan possible. I feel obligated to point out that without a clearly defined objective, my efficiency will suffer by around 15%. Ah, understood. I have made note of your requirements. In the future, when I engage in rapport-building activities, I will refrain from making efficiency-related suggestions. For now, I will review what we have in stock and cook whatever I feel like. Most definitely. In fact, there is a question I wanted to ask you. Well, sometimes, when we receive visitors at the workshop, I am required to act as host. They are of various ages and have different personalities and occupations. I cannot always determine the most suitable topic of conversation. You have traveled far and wide and made many friends along the way. What do you talk about when meeting someone for the first time? I see. Then perhaps I can build a list of general-purpose conversation topics, such as local delicacies, recent weather patterns, major news items. By periodically updating the list, I can ensure it is fit for use with any visitor. This seems to be a dependable socializing strategy, and the cost-benefit ratio is rather impressive. It is an excellent suggestion. I knew you were the right person to ask. I have come to understand that the transition from casual conversation partner to friend requires an extended period of data transfer between the two parties. I believe the process of bridging this knowledge gap is typically referred to as getting to know one another, correct? Indeed. When I meet someone that I wish to understand more deeply, I will ask them the following. Can you tell me more about yourself? I am very curious. After gathering sufficient data, I can perform a more accurate assessment of the other party's personality and preferred modes of interaction. Then, I can adjust my conversation strategy accordingly. The process of getting to know another person is also a process of getting to know myself, as well as building rapport and friendship. I also hope to become a better version of myself along the way. I see. So, perhaps I should start building conversation banks based around different occupations? For instance, the Adventurer Conversation Bank might include well-paid commissions, rumors about secret treasure, intel on monsters, while the Merchant Conversation Bank might include the latest market headlines, recent consumer trends, store rental prices. This approach requires substantial data gathering up front, but the ability to converse with any visitor in their own domain of expertise would likely boost my socializing efforts greatly. It is an excellent suggestion. I knew you were the right person to ask. As a matter of fact, yes. Recently, there was an incident involving the stovetop at the workshop, and repairs are still ongoing. Apologies, but I will have to borrow your kitchen once again. If you wish. But first, I need to prepare some food for a little bird. Some days ago, a little bird injured its wing and fell to the ground next to the workshop. I noticed it while I was cleaning the house. I bandaged the wing and built a makeshift nest from some scrap material. Since it won't be able to hunt for the foreseeable future, I've also been preparing meals for it. Actually, I didn't know what to feed it at first. So, I adopted a trial and error approach by presenting 10 different foods to choose between. In this way, I discovered that it seems to prefer grains and fish over other sources of nutrition. Since then, I have been using those basic ingredients to prepare different meals for it every day. As long as I keep gathering data, I will eventually find out which dish is its favorite. Well, it's a way to communicate. Animals can't communicate with language like humans can. So, I thought I would try feeding it its favorite food. It's an alternate way to show that I care. It's definitely grown more reliant on me than when I first took it in. Now, when it sees me, it hops into my hand. But at the beginning, it seemed afraid of my metal fingers. It would curl up into a ball when I touched it. I think so too. It shows that even vastly different life forms can develop mutual understanding as long as you find the right way to communicate. It is no different with you and I. Every time we interact, I gain new data that helps me to understand you better. I will take you up on that offer. Next time, I would like to try cooking your favorite food based on the information I have gathered to date. Who knows if it will be a success? We will have to wait and see. Good night. Would you prefer aromatherapy, a lullaby, or a bedtime story to help you drift off tonight? Good morning. Did you sleep well? Where would you like to have your breakfast? Do you need me to supply a picnic blanket? Aino is my family. She can piece together all kinds of machines for various functions just from the scrap metal she collects. But her proficiency with other tasks is at the opposite end of the scale. If she ever has the strange inclination to do housework or cook a meal, you must stop her before it is too late, because the consequences may be irreversible. Jahoda is a legendary bounty hunter, famed throughout the land, with an outstanding track record in battle. Her own words. The first time she visited Aino's workshop, she was extremely tense and struck at me a few times after mistaking my freshly baked krumkake for a weapon. But her muscles instantly relaxed after she tasted it. Since then, she stops by regularly to drop off mechanical components. Not to trade, as such. It's just that she always happens to be passing by whenever I've baked a fresh batch of treats. Again, her own words. Nefer is the head of the Curatorium of Secrets. She knows a lot of stories, not just from the past, but also about what's happening in the present. And some even say she can predict the future too. Her mind must be a formidable database. Flins. Insufficient data. According to the little information I have, he is a member of the Lightkeepers who watch over the cemetery in the north of Nodcry. Lauma is the moonchanter of the Frostmoon Scions. Reviews by her people indicate that she is a wise and holy figure, well respected in the community. The Frostmoon Scions worship the Moon Goddess. I wonder if there is any connection between the Moon Goddess and the existence of the Moon Wheel. Linnea is an advisor to the Adventurers Guild. I heard that she has extensive knowledge in the life sciences. So I wanted to ask her if she has ever met any other autonomous mechanical lifeforms like myself. But every time she sees me, she turns around and runs away. Reason: undetermined. Varka is typically addressed as Grand Master. You may have heard about him from various sources in your journey so far. Most people's impressions of him can be summarized with the following key phrases: sense of humor, easygoing, and high alcohol tolerance. But I have found Varka to be a dependable ally when dealing with matters of great importance. I suspect this explains his stature within the Knights of Favonius. As I was preparing to leave Nodcry, I began to worry that I might forget the code and thus fail to complete my task. But from the start, Varka had every confidence in me. He told me it was the most secure code. Thinking back now, I wonder whether he simply said that to comfort me, or perhaps what he really meant was, an ally you can trust is the most secure code of all. After returning from the ruins, Shilonen gave me a thorough examination and confirmed that all was in good working order. She smiled as she told me that Granny Eatstily originally had reservations about me, and that they even argued about it. But I completely understand that as a technician, she felt a duty to repair me. And they would not be the first to have had such an argument over who and what I am. It makes me a little nostalgic. I am very grateful for the trust she placed in me. She has since taken me on many flights around the Flower Feather Clan's territory. The view from up in the sky was wonderful. A lot has changed in the Flower Feather Clan, but many things remain the same. My cognition is unable to record details of everyone in the world, but it can at least form memories of significant people and events. Recently, my memory banks have recorded a high volume of data about you. This should make me a more companionable companion, querying relevant data for how to make the traveler smile. I have now warmed up my body. Would you like a hug? Cleanup sequence in progress. Parallel processing will be used to deal with conversation requests simultaneously. Feel free to ask me a question at any time. Who am I? I am a multifunctional robot for domestic application. Model name: Ineffa. However, I am currently the only finished product in this line, so Ineffa also constitutes my individual name. Where did I come from? Searching travel history. I just came back from a shopping trip at the market. If your query pertains not to my travel history but where I call home, I come from the Clink Clink Krumkake crap shop. And if you want to learn about my past, please wait, sending read request to deeper level memory location. Where do I want to go? Simply input a command and I will do my best to reach the destination wherever it may be. But based on our conversation history so far, there is a high probability that your question has a less direct meaning. If you are asking about my individual objectives, plans, wishes, and other such concepts, then my answer is, I wish to stand guard over the people who matter to me. In the very beginning, I was just a single thought, a logical flaw in the mind of Mirror of the Dawning Morn. But my longing to find a home where I could belong was something that her cognition module could not override or erase. The only way to rid herself of this data was by severing her connection to me entirely. This jumble of data wandered aimlessly in Nodcry for 2,000 years, witnessing all the change and turmoil that transpired. Those experiences finally consolidated who I am. They made me complete. I am Ineffa, and I am your friend. Now, how can I assist you today?
其实就在最近，工坊的灶台发生了一起不幸的意外，正在维修中。很抱歉，又要借用你的厨房了。在那之前，我需要先给小鸟准备食物。前阵子，有只小鸟翅膀受伤了，坠落在了工坊附近。我在打扫屋子的时候发现了它。我帮它把翅膀包扎起来，然后用废弃的材料给它搭了一个巢。它暂时没办法自己觅食， 就只好由我来给他做饭了。一开始并不清楚，所以我采用了试错法，将10多种食物放在他面前。试验发现，他对谷物和鱼类的喜爱程度远高于其他食材。于是，我调查了使用这类食材的食谱，每天给他做不一样的饭。只要持续收集数据，就能得出他最喜欢的料理了。这是一种交流方式，动物不能像人类一样通过语言来对话，所以我尝试通过提供他喜欢的食物来表达关爱的心情。他对我的依赖程度比刚来的时候高了不少，看到我的时候会一蹦一跳的跳到我的手上。明明一开始被金属的手指触摸，他会害怕的缩成一团呢。的确，即便是形态不同的生命，只要找到正确的交流方式，也能理解彼此。和你的交流也是，每次都能获取新的数据，变得更加了解你。我会的。根据现有的信息，下次我想尝试制作你最喜欢的食物，能不能一次就成功呢？还请期待。